For gear that's good as swell, that's clean. Join Tim and Owey in between the sets. Between the sets.
Hello and welcome to the Bodysurf podcast with your budgie boys, Tim and Owey. Owey, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, alive this week. I didn't think I would be here. I actually almost crashed coming here, Tim. I haven't said this yet. I thought I'd leave it for the potty.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I got in the Forerunner and so locked the front brakes on. Catch you later. Straight in the middle of the intersection.
Now, it's a bit wet out there as well.
Yeah, it's wet. It's very wet out there. We've had a very wet day in Sydney town today. And, the Forerunner was a casualty. Thankfully, though, I'm here. I didn't crash.
Well, you always say, you get one red light, you get them all.
That's right. President Avenue, famous for it, mate. You ever been down President Avenue, you get one red light, you get them all.
Now, we got a special guest here in between the sets.
Do we?
Let's play his intro.
For gear that's good as swell, that's clean. Join Tim and
Woofo.
in between the sets. Between the sets.
Executive producer Woofo is on the panel tonight. How you doing, mate?
Good to be behind the mic, mate.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yeah, you haven't been here for a while. What have you been up to?
Been busy selling our apartment and just doing the family thing.
A lovely apartment in Cronulla, near the beach. Are you going to miss living there?
Well, hopefully I can still stay close enough once we sell,
Now,
if we get the right price.
Now, your family keeps getting bigger and bigger. Is that why you're moving out of the little shack?
Yeah, pretty much.
Going to buy a big mansion on the water?
Yep. Done with 2 kids. I'm
Yeah.
finished.
You got 2 kids? When did that happen?
Don't you start. Got the 2-year-old and the 5-month-old.
Now, you live... currently, you live probably closest to the water than anyone. Yet, you're not really getting wet that much, are you?
Not as often as I would like to.
Isn't that sad when Bondi lives 4 hours away, still manages to get in the water more than you?
Well, this Saturday I was actually ready to go for a surf.
Yeah?
I was down there at the alley. I was down there from 6 a.m. and then I saw the message from Bondi saying, I've checked the forecast, I'm not coming.
Big call from Bondi.
Like, he knows the forecast comes out like days in advance, right? Like, he doesn't have to wake up on Saturday morning and check
He
it.
doesn't believe it till he sees someone actually writing a little paragraph on what it's like.
Despite the fact we've told him days in advance that it's going to be afoot and onshore, he will still get up and check the forecast before he comes out. And to his credit, he actually likes it when it's afoot and onshore.
That's
so
true.
he will turn up. And if it's looking good, he won't. Although, I will say, Woofo, you have had we've brought it up on the podcast before, you have a terrible knack for coming when it's really shit all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime you turn up, it's like, the forecast could be great. And if you're coming, it'll go onshore,
jinx it.
rain. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the jinx.
I know.
So, do you have anything to say about that, or like, is that happened your whole life? It's like me with the red lights. I always get red lights, but
Well, I drove the same road that you did, but I was 5 minutes earlier and you're always late. And I got every green light.
yeah. Well, there you go. I actually came from my grandmother's. I go there every Monday night, so I come from a different way than I'm going a different way than you, Woofo. But
There you go.
what are we doing here tonight, by the way, guys? Because it's been very unorganised.
What? No.
Which does not sound like us at all.
That was in my notes, Owey's tardiness.
Yeah.
Why are you always late? Because a lot of people on the chat say, oh, you're running late, boys, you're running late. But like, Woofo, was he ready to go?
Yeah.
And then we had an incident with a cable. Owey almost clicked it because there was a cable that was tangled.
If we got a picture of behind, it's actually looking pretty good today, Tim, but normally it's terrible back here. But listen, you're on the pots and pans. You do it the way you want to do it. Now, I've been notoriously late my whole life, so much so that my nickname at the pub is Slowy. So I don't know what you expect. I was listening to the ABC the other day. Now, there was a lady on there that was reading, she was trying to find out why she was always late and whether there was other people like her. Now, all the books that she was reading at the time were from people who were really good at keeping time. So it was time management by people who are always on time. She's like, well, that's not me. So I'm going to write a book on time management from my perspective. And she called my type of people time benders. So we will be on time for things that are really important. So obviously I don't think that the podcast is that important. So that's why I'm notoriously between 10 and 20 minutes late.
We've had some very special guests come to the studio to be interviewed by you, Owey, and you're even late for them.
Like who?
Who was on 2 weeks ago?
Oh, Daryl and Georgia.
Yeah, you were late for that.
Yeah.
They came all the way from up north.
They beat me from Byron, from Nimbin.
So you're not bending time for that many people.
No, that's right. No. Well, and the lady said you can listen to it, Google it. She said that they'll be on time for things like job interviews and things like that, but they won't prioritize time for things that they can receive forgiveness for. So if I'm meeting up with friends, I can easily just apologize to you guys for being late, and you guys will go, that's all right. He's always like that. But if I'm late to a job interview, I'm probably not going to get the job.
All right.
So on and so forth. So, listen, I didn't know that this was just going to be half an hour of grilling me tonight.
This is the roast of Owey.
That's normally what we got Woofo here for.
That's right.
He's a punching bag. He's the scapegoat. That reminds me of the saying, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness.
Oh, yeah.
Just do it and then see what happens and then cop it later.
Yeah, I live by that.
Do you
actually.
really?
I love it.
When
yeah.
do you push the rules?
I push the rules all the time. I couldn't give any specific. I don't like receiving the answer no. I don't think many people do. But if you do something and ask for forgiveness, like obviously that's got boundaries and we don't want to overstep the boundaries in any way. But yeah, I believe that you should just do and ask for forgiveness if it's within the realms of like it's okay. Obviously, you don't want to be doing something naughty, you know?
Maybe you do. I don't know. Let's do a quick Metro whip around. Who's been in the water in the last 2 weeks?
You got a sting? I looked at the water today.
Yeah?
Yeah. I went to a couple of novelty spots and didn't get in. Looked okay, but yeah. You know, it's still just like the weather's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woofo, you been in the water?
No, I haven't been getting wet. I drove past today, had a look. It was big on the beaches.
Yeah, it's
But-
big today.
No one really wants to go for a body surf in the rain and when it's big and messy and the water's murky and
Yeah.
not nice.
The guy on the radio said today, big swell out there. Go down, check it out. Don't get in. Just watch the other crazies do it.
Oh, okay.
Was
Yep.
it that big? Were there crazies out there?
Yeah, listen, I was checking the offshore wave data last night, as I normally do. It's one of my hobbies. And there were waves up to, I think the highest recorded wave yesterday was 12 metres
Whooshka.
offshore, which is a big wave. So normally I was sitting around 5-6 metres, which is still fairly large swell. But yeah, I thought some of the novelty spots would have been a bit bigger this morning, but wasn't the case. There were a couple of people on it, but yeah, the spot that I checked was probably 3-4 foot, but only really kind of gets fun around that 6 foot plus margin. So yeah, and it was pretty onshore everywhere else. So I'm with you, Woofo. It was a morning to watch, and Ranky, as you said, some of the crazies watching the stand-ups take it on, but yeah, maybe not a day for the bod.
So should we make a pact now? This weekend, we're all getting wet. We're all jumping in the water.
No, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm Central Coast again.
You can go in the water there.
Oh, I can, yeah. Well, the Sunny Coast boys have been ghosting me lately. I don't know. I must have said something, which doesn't sound like me at all. Yeah. So if you're out there, boys, I'd love to come for a body surf this weekend. That'd be great. What are the Budgie boys doing?
What would you like to do? Are you going to come with?
Yeah, we'll get wet.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
why not?
Let's at least just jump in and then have a bacon and egg roll. But we might get lucky. There might be a little bit of swell coming through. Who knows? What's it looking like, Owey?
Well, the forecast for the next few days is looking okay. There's going to be a couple of periods of offshore wind, probably on your, I think it was Thursday morning. Could have been Wednesday morning. So hopefully the swell is hanging in there for the start of the weekend, and you guys will be able to have a nice little 2, 3, 4 foot offshore. Wouldn't that be nice? Because it hasn't been like that for months. Absolute months.
If it is shaping up, maybe we should try and get out a little bit early and get a spot before all the weekend warriors hit it up. Because there's nothing worse than just sharing your waves with dweebs.
Yeah, you're right. And after it's rained as well, the water's not great. The quality of the water isn't good. So I know that Bondi has the surf ears. Do you boys struggle with after it rains? Like, do your ears get a bit sore?
I've never noticed it with the rain. I do get a bit of water in the ears just generally, but I've never noticed it more with rain.
Yeah.
Never.
I think I did earlier on. I don't know if I've adapted to maybe just having water in my ears more often. But I remember when I first started surfing, I really did struggle quite a lot with pain in the ears. And I heard this thing called surfer's ear. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's where I believe a bone starts growing, or maybe calcium starts growing in what I heard was your right ear, because it's facing the south direction where the southerly hits your right ear. Can you is there any credit to that, Woofo? Have you heard that before in all your years of surfing?
Is it like the surfing equivalent of tennis elbow?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, surfer's ear.
Yeah.
Well, that's what. Yeah, someone told me. They go, yeah, like
A bone?
yeah, some sort of growth.
But there's no bone in your ear.
That's cartilage or something.
Yeah,
So
okay.
some sort of growth happens in your ear, and it has to be
Gross.
surgically removed.
Oh my goodness, we got to do a deep dive on this.
Yeah, but do we have comments, or is there comments going on this thread?
I don't think anyone's watching.
Oh, that's good.
That's why I minimized it. I didn't want it to
yeah.
be that embarrassing.
Well, maybe, yeah. I've heard it before. So if someone's listening to the podcast during the week and they want to hit us up about surfers here, maybe you've had
If
the
you've
surgery.
had it, would love to get in touch. That's very intriguing.
Speaking of information that's sent through by the listeners, a couple of weeks ago I asked how many calories were burnt surfing. So we looked at Bondi's wave count, and it was very low. I don't think he gave us a calorie count. Just let me get this up. I'm pretty sure Hamish has sent it through to us. Now, I didn't respond to him, and I didn't like his comment. So, little shout out to you, Hamish. Sorry for not getting back to you. But he said he's just listened to the pod to answer the question on how much energy you burn while body surfing. His watch says that he burns between 3,000 and 4,500 kilojoules, or 700 to 1,000 calories an hour. An hour. So if you're having a 2-hour surf,
Yeah. But Hamish is a real go-getter.
Yeah.
He's not sitting around. Yeah.
he's saying that's 15 to 20 waves an hour.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you divide that up, what was that?
3 minute.
Yeah, 3 minute. There you go. That's a lot of waves.
No, one every 3 minutes.
One every 3 minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we always say here on the show, our listeners are our greatest resource.
They are.
We've never said that
No.
before, but we should say that more.
We should. So if you're out there having a surf, obviously I don't catch anywhere near that. I'm someone who likes to...
Be selective.
I'm very selective of my waves. I watch other people go out and they'll just go everything. Absolutely. Hamish is a perfect example. He will just... If he's in a position and a wave rolls through, he will go it. I don't have the energy for that anymore. See, Timmy, I think you're a bit similar. You'll
I'll
be
go
a bit
anything.
selective because you like the swim back out can be quite hard as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if the wave period is short. There you're duck diving under wave after wave after wave, and the calories are going to be burning straight off of that. So I mean, we're very lazy, Tim, and we want body surfing to be as leisurely as possible because it's relaxing for us. A lot of people use body surfing for different things. Some people use it for fitness. I use it to relax. So if I'm catching 15 to 20 waves an hour, that's not relaxing for me. So anyway, I thought I would just bring that up. We're talking sport here, boys.
Mate, we're talking sport. Put us on the midnight to dawn shift, mate.
How's our application going, by the way, for the potties?
That's why I got Woofo in here to update us on how everything's going. We've nominated ourselves to get an award. It's called the Australian Podcast Awards. We've called them the Potties.
Yeah.
And
What, they're not called the potties?
no, we just call them that.
Really?
They're called like the Australian Podcast Awards.
What were they thinking?
I don't know.
It's a missed opportunity if I've ever heard one.
So we've got our fingers crossed, hoping we get a potty, but there's still a few days left until nominations are confirmed.
Yeah, Woofo has been just refreshing the feed non-stop for the past 4 weeks.
Because I think this could legitimise our work. You know, a lot of people think we're just here mucking around, but if we've got a award behind us, that could look very good on the old LinkedIn profile.
Well, I mean, your IMDb, Timmy, is looking succulent. Do you know who edited that, by the way?
No,
idea.
no, but I've added things to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I added in my trivia that I'm the co-host of the Bodysurf podcast.
Can I Google that and it comes up?
Yeah.
I will.
But yeah, I don't know who originally put it up there. It's very, very funny. Anywho, yeah, so the potties are coming up. When do the entries close, Woofo?
So entries are closed now.
Oh, yes, but they don't announce it.
So nominations are announced
in a couple of days.
On the 31st of October.
Sweet.
Yeah, Saturday.
Fingers crossed. And I think because with COVID, everything is a bit more relaxed, I think they're going to do a real live award ceremony. They're not going to do a Zoom thing. So, I think we'll get to dress up and go if we do get nominated.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop it.
We just need to get nominated. So that's the tricky part. But we've got some really exciting things coming up over the next few weeks here on the Bodysurf podcast. One of them I will announce at the end of the episode. We've got a huge get next week, and I think the listeners are going to be very excited that we booked this person on the show because we've got a lot of questions to ask them. So we'll announce that at the end, but we also have a huge competition happening right now, and we've had a few people enter, but we'd love more. So 25 words or less. All you got to do is come up with 25 words about why you want to win this amazing prize. Now, it is a Guy Butcher handboard, hand plane, pipe-o-y collaboration-y thing. It's amazing. It looks great. It retails at about $260. So this is a major prize. This is a big boy. So whoever wins this is going to be envy of those out in the water. So all you have to do, Owey, is send us an Instagram message, a video, some audio, whatever you want to do, 25 words or less why you want this board. We're going to announce the winner very soon, and we'll get that board out to the winner. But I'm excited. We should have Guy Butcher on the podcast.
Yeah,
well.
Definitely. Now I'm going to post a tile on Instagram about this either tonight or very early tomorrow morning. And yeah, everyone just needs to send through the 25 words or less why they think they need this board.
Yeah.
Now the board is worth quite a bit of coin. Like it's a really, really nice board. And once you see it, you'll want to enter the competition. And it's so easy to do it. Like it's literally a 15-second video of you saying why, or be creative as you want.
Do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
I actually have a couple of entrants already. So they're okay, but I think you could get more creative with it. Like, so someone's got someone to film a bunch of different things, maybe a couple of cuts or something like that. Maybe do a TikTok video.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, Corey Sains is really good in the TikToks at the moment. So
now, now I know I'm not allowed to enter, but if I was, my idea would be I would go out and make a video of me trying to body surf on horrible things, showing you how desperate I am for this board. So I would take out a Macca's tray, I would take out a big log, I would take out a captain's hat or a tea towel or a cheese board or something like that and do a funny video and put some music to it, whatever. You could write a poem. You could just send through a poem and we can read it out. You know, do whatever you want, but be as creative as possible. As Owey said, a few have come through. They're not really up to the standard that we want to see. We want creativity, people. Come on, this is the number one Bodysurf podcast. We want some really good gear coming through.
get the kids involved.
Yeah.
You know, like
Do
they're
some
not
movie
doing
magic.
anything. Yeah.
Get on the old movie maker.
Oh, Windows Movie Maker. How good's that, by the way? That got me through college.
Does anyone edit videos anymore? I feel like all the editing equipment's not as good as it used to be.
Oh, no, not in the slightest. It's like, it was so simple back in the day. A couple of star wipes here and there, and you're done. You know? These days, it's got all like, it's like Photoshop for videos. I don't want that.
But you can't do a nice timeline. All I want to do is just get in there and cut.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. But now it's all crazy.
Yeah.
Just reel to reel. I used to do tape deck to tape deck, VHS to VHS.
Well, so you might want to get creative like that. You might bust out the old family video camera.
Yes.
You might have the Super 8 lying around. And I mean, see, that's what they're the things that I will notice. Obviously, we're going to put this back to the community to vote for their favourite, but it's like a good recorded on tape or a vinyl. Like it's about the creative process. Now you can simply just do a TikTok, and everyone might love it. I posted a viral video this year. It was someone's stupidity. Do that. Do anything you want. So easy, and the prize is really, really, really good. Now, Barrel Pig's got it in his hands at the moment, and we've been trying to hang out the last couple of weekends. He actually went down to a secret little spot on the weekend. I was going to follow him too, and he got a couple of good waves.
I was going to ask you about this. I saw some photos come through. It looked very nice.
Yeah. We won't name the spot because it's a little bit hush-hush. Not easy to get to. It's a big drive and a big walk. But for a day where everything else was pretty crappy, the pig still finds a pit.
You posted on our group chat saying the pig's going to this spot.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not going to be very good. And then you look at the features and you're like, maybe you should have gone.
Yeah, that's right. And see, I did the same idea. I knew like if he was going to go, I was like, oh, well, yeah, he's probably
worth it.
It's probably worth it. But, like it's still a big effort. It did rain the whole day pretty much, and it was cold, and he still had fun. But anyway, trying to tee up with him to get our hands on this board.
Yeah.
And as soon as we do that, we'll be able to post a few more little videos of it. But yeah, get creative, guys. 25 words or less. Why you want the Guy Butcher? I'm not sure if it's got a name yet. We might ask Guy. We'll get Guy on next week, and we'll have a chat to him. We'll try and tee that up, and then he can run us through what the board is.
What it's
how it
called.
works. I think it's really cool. The best part of the board is that it's got an interchangeable hand strap and grabbing mount.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. That's what I'm really interested to see how that works, and how that's going to change how you ride it and what waves you ride it on.
So get creative. As Owey said, it's all about the concept and also the execution. So try and be as creative as possible with those two things, but I'm looking forward to watching some good gear coming through. So it's a great prize. So yeah, get making some stuff, but do whatever you want. The only rules we have 25 words or less. It's a classic competition. I think we should break some big news. We have been talking a lot over the last few weeks about the future of one of the biggest things on the body surfing calendar, which is Womp Off Australia. Now, because of what's going on in the world right now, we don't really know what's happening. So we decided to get the man himself, the founder of Womp Off Australia. Ricky Gilby is going to be a guest on the podcast next week. He's going to be in the studio for the first time. He's done the podcast many times, but he's never been in the studio doing a live podcast with us. So I'm very excited to have him here. He's always great on the potty, very insightful, but also has a lot of hot goss. So we're going to have to pick his brain about what's going on there, because I know everyone out there is asking these questions and not really getting an answer or a straight answer. There's a lot of rumors going around. So let's just put it all to bed and figure this one out. Now, Woofo, you're quite involved in some of the organisational aspects of this stuff. Like, what would you like to see happen?
Oh, I don't know. It might be too late now for this year.
Ooh.
Yeah. Logistically.
It's never too late for now.
I'd love to see the contest on, but
Yeah.
I don't know. People book holidays for December, so it's going to be too hard to do it. So it has to be next month. And
Well, it's definitely not going to be as big as it has been in the past, and that's just due to what's going on. So maybe that's a blessing if not everyone can attend, kind of thing, because we're not. Some things are changing, but we're still not really allowed to travel interstate and stuff. So maybe it is going to be a smaller event if it does happen. But Ricky will have all that news for us next week. I've been having a look on the War website, which you feature on a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
There's so many pictures of you. But I noticed they've got, and we were sort of talking about how Ricky kind of does something new every year. He kind of did do something new this year with the chalk tops. Have you seen these?
Yeah.
They're really cool. They're great looking boards. So I'm guessing it's going back to the original kind of wood style with a new lick of paint, a new design, and it looks really, really
Malibu
slick.
Stacy with hat. You don't change a good thing,
Yeah.
like he's got the product. It works well. The shape's great. Just give it a coat of paint, mate.
And it looks really good, the black paint. Now, I noticed you were doing a few fix-up jobs over the last few weeks. Were you sent some new straps and you're rigging up everything?
Oh, yeah. Ricky hooked me up with a couple of new straps. I broke one at Bronte on a shore break. So that was gone. And then I think that strap was originally off the bad fish that he gave us last year. So I'd taken that strap off because I had the old strap on my old wooden board. And then the other one was, I think I only had that one. So he sent me 3 new straps and I put 3 brand new straps on, which was really good. So I've got the quiver ready to go. Yeah. And I'm really excited to get out in the water.
Everyone raves about these straps. They're a lot better than what he originally was using. And it's great that you're able to purchase them now and get them online. But I tell you what, Woofo, you've had this idea for a while to do a segment called Good Gear where we review gear. Christmas is coming up, and I used to always love watching the old David Letterman show or the Today Show, and they would have kids reviewing the big Christmas toys, and Letterman would play with them and stuff like that. It was very funny. Maybe we need to do a Christmas Good Gear segment where we review all the gear, we get some people in here, we maybe film a video. I don't know how we do it, but and Jesse Mawson must be a part of this because he's the guy who gets all these things as presents. So let's get some. What are the big Christmas items this year? What are people wanting in their stockings?
Just strictly bodysurf.
Yeah.
Webbed gloves, mate. Number 1 on my list.
I saw someone using them just in a video. Oh yes, do you know what I was watching? You know the episode of Seinfeld where Kramer swims in the river?
Yeah.
He's wearing them.
Really?
Yeah, he's got the big flippers and webbed gloves. So they do exist. They are a thing, but maybe they're used for exercise or for swimming rehab.
Yeah, well, a company called Dark Web do, which is... be careful about Googling that. But the company Dark Web do webbed gloves. And I think Aaron, our newest Budgie Boy recruit, is actually getting a pair. And he asked if I wanted one. I was like, no, mate. I'll look at you and I'll borrow yours if I think I need to. I was looking at them very early on in the piece, and then I was like, no. Like, it's a very Belly Slater thing to do, isn't it? You know, like body surfing can be so simple. You can honestly jump in the water, which I saw a guy do the other day when the last time it was big at Bronte. He must have been a stand-up or something. He was had no gear, just freestyling, no fins, no handboard, just throwing himself into these like big 5-foot shoreys. It was great.
To do it, yeah.
And it can be so simple like that, or you can have every single piece of gear you can get your hands on. I think that's a Bondi sort of thing to do, or a Belly Slate. Belly loves his gear.
Well, he was designing the pit mitt.
The pit mitt. That's right. I know where that is.
You asked him like, what was the future of the pit mitt, and he's like, that's not a prototype. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. And it was, it was like a plastic hand, like that you would wash the bathtub with. Like I don't get it. And he was flaunting the wave wrecker for a long time. The thing with like 10 fins on it.
Yeah.
Like that's just. Maybe that's your video for the Guy Butcher as well. It's like, just get every piece of shit equipment that you can find, put it on.
And strap it to you.
And strap it to you and catch a wave. Outrageous. So I guess the pit mitts on my Christmas list. Maybe the dark web gloves. Woofo, what are you looking forward to getting? Because I've got a girlfriend now, which is really good. Like last year, it was kind of like we were like just like kind of touching the wall. I got really good presents, don't get me wrong. But now that we know each other a lot better, I might start like getting some fins or some handboards, that sort of thing. Because Jesse Mawson used to get a pair of budgie smugglers and like a new handboard every Christmas. So Woofo, what are you getting this year?
I'd love to get a new board.
Hint, hint, Ali.
Yeah, if you might be the one person watching, Al. I was looking at Pipos, probably a Guy Butcher, but I keep going back to Super Biscuit with his pickle fork.
Yeah, right.
And if I sell the house in the next 2 weeks, I might be able to talk my way into getting one sent over.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind the Super Biscuit motorized one. What's he calling that? The Silver Bullet?
Silver Bullet.
There's still some technical issues with it, but they might be hitting the shelves in time for Christmas. That could be great.
I like how he's taking it out for a surf, and it's just, but because it's fresh water,
Yeah.
it's probably, I don't know. But
Oh, that's funny.
and he's going to be listening to this. But oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe it needed a little bit more testing before you just fried the whole thing. Because I don't think it's not a cheap exercise.
That's true, yeah. He reminds me of like Robin Williams in Flubber.
Yeah,
He's
that's
just
right.
like crazy mad scientist just doing these crazy things. But oh man, if that works, it's going to be a game changer.
What are you getting, Timmy?
Well, I'm not a big board guy, and I've got the fins, set and forget those bad boys because I'm not changing. I got a brand new steamer, so I'm looking good. But you can always go with a few keels or something. So.
Yeah, what about the hairy man keels that could be coming out very
Are
soon?
we allowed to talk about that?
I don't know.
Yeah, they look great. Although the design for my favourite beer doesn't really have the branding on it. I'd love because they've sort of used the cans
Yeah.
as the design, but I'd love it to say a big salt dog on the butt. But
Oh.
it doesn't say anything about salt dog, I don't think. So
Yeah.
I might have to have a word to Uga about that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think they're one of the one that hopefully he's going with is very, very good.
The pop design, the pop is their biggest beer, so they're probably going to sell a lot of that. That looks great. So yeah, I can't wait to see Corey in a pair of those pops. Yeah, the
Here we
pops
go.
look amazing.
Yeah, the pops. Look at
But
that.
see, the
Look
salty
at that thing.
dogs it's not real salty.
Can we go? Can we show that?
Needs more salt.
Can anyone see that?
No,
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 they're
no.
not seeing it. Maybe if you, it's like about 3 pixels.
But that's what I wouldn't mind for Christmas as well. Maybe just a case of salty dogs.
Oh yeah,
Always go down a treat.
yeah. Well, they're about $400, so that's the only present you're getting.
We can use a discount code.
Yeah, that's right.
10% off.
Budgie Boy 10. That's what I was floating the other day before Woofo goes, no, that's a shit idea, and came up with the best idea ever.
Yeah, which is real hush hush. Don't leak this one.
I know, but
Too
this,
soon.
I'm forward selling, Timmy.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
For 8 weeks' time.
Yeah, that's right. And get excited because we've got giveaways galore coming up to Christmas. And if you think the Guy Butcher's a good competition, which it is, this next one is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I think the Guy Butcher's actually probably going to be I don't know if it's easier to win, but at least you can use your skill in winning.
Yes.
this board. It's going to be a lucky dip the next prize pool, but the prize pool is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one, and more news about that over the next few weeks. But it's huge. It is huge.
It'll be the biggest body surfing giveaway of all time.
Ever.
It is the biggest
It's
body
the biggest
surfing
prize pool.
giveaway of all time.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah.
This shit podcast, is giving away.
Award-winning shit podcast.
Hey, we haven't won shit yet.
It's in the bag.
Who are we up against?
Woofo's mates.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's some A-League podcast. And the A-League's already shit. So how could a shit sport with a shit
we'll beat them.
podcast?
We'll beat them.
Oh, for sure. Now, Timmy, I wanted to bring up something that happened to you overnight. Are we allowed to talk about this?
I'd rather not.
Okay. Well, you don't need to talk about how much you...
Yeah.
You've returned.
I've got a new tattoo. R.I.P. Cam Smith.
The thing is, this isn't the first time you've done that to this... can we name him? No, we probably shouldn't name him. This company. This is not the first time you've taken money from this company.
Yeah. Well, I think they're doing okay.
Yeah, they're doing all right.
They're not going to notice.
No. Well, anyway, last night there was the NRL Grand Final, and Timmy put a little multi on and returned he returned his investment tenfold. And just run us through how you made that happen, Tim.
Well, I put a bet on Cameron Smith to win the Clive Churchill medal. Now, I've got a pretty good record at predicting the Clive Churchill medal. If you go back and listen to a podcast called the Unofficial Sharkies Podcast, I predict Luke Lewis winning that medal in 2016. I thought, mate, it's a no-brainer. Cam Smith, he's looking at retirement. Melbourne, of course, are going to win, which they did not comfortably towards the end, but they got there. So, as long as Melbourne win and Cam doesn't get sent off, even if he got sent off, he could potentially win it. Even if Penrith won, he could have still won it because that's just the way sports work sometimes.
Yeah.
Anywho, Sportsbet decided to, around halftime, pay out on the bet before he won the Clive Churchill medal.
Yeah, well, he scores under the post.
Exactly. And again, people had multis bigger than mine. People had multis, Cam Smith to score, Melbourne to win, Cameron Clive Churchill medal. They paid out on all these bets well before he was awarded that medal. And, we waited around, okay, Cam Smith's going to get this award? Nah, they give it to some other bloke. And they've already cashed out the big prize. So thank you very much.
That's right. The big Pap ended up winning that, Ryan Pappenhausen. But I felt kind of... Well, actually, in a way, it wasn't cheated because, when the company that you named... I don't want to name them. I guess we can, but...
They might be a sponsor of the show one day.
When they paid out on this bet, we were like, oh, well, that takes away all the anticipation of getting the bet when they announce it.
Yeah.
The best part was he didn't win it.
Because I didn't really want him to win it. I'm not a big fan of him.
So it was a win.
Yeah.
It was multiple wins.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. It honestly has... It's been a shining ray of light in a very dark year.
Yeah, that's right. And, last night at the grand final, which is a big deal for us here in New South Wales, there was 40,000 people, normally gets 80,000. So, this year, this was the first game of NRL I've really even watched. I just have not gotten involved this year. So, yeah, it's interesting. Things are coming to an end. The year is winding up, and hopefully we'll be able to move forward and do some more fun things in 2021. Isn't that crazy? We're living in the future.
We are.
We say that every week, but there's a guy out there with a hand plane with a motor in it.
Yeah.
That's the. I've got a toaster in the kitchen. This is. I can eat hot bread whenever I want.
That's. Yeah, that's right. You can speak to Google now. That's an advancement.
That's true. I do like speaking to Google.
Keeps you company.
I treat Google bad sometimes. Because I always tell her to turn off the television, turn on the lights, and if it doesn't do it, I get so annoyed, and then I feel like Google's going to get me one day for being so mean.
Yeah, that's right.
Love you, Google.
All right, guys. Well, I don't think we've got anything more to say.
No, we got to get out of here, but do it all again real soon. Ricky Gilby on the podcast next week. I'm very excited about that. But for now,
it's always overhead
when you're body surfing.
Bye.
Bye.